First off, congratulations on beating Vandy, man. Let's give him another round of applause for that. That's unbelievable. Jack, please clap. Thank you. It's got to be a very interesting win for you because we're in this new age of football. Like when I was playing, even just a couple of years ago, it's like, hey, don't give anybody bulletin board material. Don't give anything for the other team to be like, you see what they're saying about you here. Now we live in this crazy world. You had to deal with it week one with Castanello. He's out there being like, I'm going to do this to Alabama. And then you got Diego Pavia saying the things he says. It's got to make this win feel a whole lot better, huh?
Yeah, and I mean, there's that part, of course, but we can't control that, and we're in our own fight here throughout the season, and I'm just proud of the way the guys just go 1 week at a time and just, you know, got a chip on their shoulder with the things that are out there, but also balancing and channeling the energy into the things that matter most and helping them be the best that they can be.
Coach, I gotta ask because I'm just the psyche of an ex-football player. I was on the locker room last week when I was breaking down the Alabama Vandy game, and to me, I'm thinking to myself, they probably didn't celebrate the Georgia game that long. Like that was a game you guys needed to have, but knowing that you win that game and you got Vandy the next week at home based on everything that did, like the loss last year that probably felt very embarrassing. You've been seeing victory laps year in, year out, but the moment of the Georgia win probably didn't last too long because everybody was just absolutely juiced to the gills because you wanted to play a team like Vanderbilt. Am I off in assuming that?
No, I think you're right, and I think that continues to be the case. I'm proud of the maturity of our group, learning from the experiences we've been through. But you're right. I mean, we were ecstatic and excited, winning a big one on the road. But before we walked out of the locker room, I know some of the guys, were already talking about the next one and how important that was. And I'll say this though, like our guys were saying the same thing just Saturday, and so I love that mindset. And just it's one game seasons that we're playing right now. Just every week, it's great competition. We've getting early, but we haven't played a team that's had a loss when we've played them yet this year. And so just it's a tribute to the teams we're playing. And obviously, again, early in the year, but another great challenge here with Missouri coming up.
Yeah, you've done a great job of since week one, just having everybody focused and dialed in. You guys seem like you're crushing. One guy who's absolutely killing it too, keeps that ball, as Will Compton would say, up here. Ty Simpson he's got that good. He's got that. Hey, he keeps it up. He keeps it tight. Guy sits in a backup role for 3 years, able to come in and he's putting up numbers. I think it's like 1,500 yards right now. People are making whispers about a Heisman Trophy. Just talk about Ty Simpson, his development, what you've seen from him, because it really seems like this guy's taking a major step to where he's running up draft boards now. People are excited about him when maybe before the season, when we were talking about SEC quarterbacks, no one was really mentioning the Alabama quarterback.
Yeah, and understandably so. We hadn't even named him a starter, and so I think really there's been just every week a lot of growth and learning from him that he's taken on. I think our coaches are just continuing to coach him hard, and he's great with it now because he understands that we're doing this because there's a trust in him. We're asking a lot out of him, and he's capable of it, and he knows that we feel that way. So even this last week, just he put a lot on his shoulders, and we certainly know he could have done a better job of getting rid of the ball at times, and you can call that being picky, but we need great play out of him. We need him managing the game, but because he's going to bring the explosives, whether it's with his feet, with his arm, the big plays that separate him from other quarterbacks are going to happen just because of him and also what we do offensively. But he's just got to continue to do a good job of learning from the moments that set us back as an offense this last week. And he's done that every week. And now there's new things that will present themselves going into Missouri.
Coach, I want to go back to the loss after Florida State, because there was clearly a lot of noise around the program of Alabama, talking about the impossible job, the impossible succession of Nick Saban. We should have known this was going to happen. DeBoer, he's underwater. You see some effort plays out there against Florida State looking back on week one. Talk about your staff, talk about your players, because whether or not it's noise and those are external things, it's loud enough around a program at Alabama and in the national landscape to where no matter what, it is felt from every angle, whether you want to block it out or not. How did everybody in the building kind of handle that gut check moment? Because being around a lot of programs and having a lot of success with programs before you got to Alabama, a couple things can kind of happen there with the team. You either let the noise kind of sit there, it doesn't really get addressed. Guys, clicks start forming, conversations start happening. You kind of just go on about your business like, hey guys, we're just going to stay with each other. Don't worry about the noise. Or there's also teams that kind of shut the doors, watch the tape very critically, almost address everything going on and kind of have that gut check moment like it seems like you guys had, because you guys have been swinging ever since.
Yeah, all off season, going back to January, so much was made about the chemistry of this team, the character, and I wasn't like our guys were beating their chest about it. I think a lot of it was just really heartfelt and people recognizing, what was happening with continuity of staff, continuity of players. We were proud of staff and talk about the work ethic of individuals. And then those individuals would talk about each other, and there came this point, as you mentioned, where, we have week one and, now we're in a room and we're talking about, okay, is this real? Like, do we really care about the other guys, and them counting on me and us counting on each other? Is it real that we really, don't want to let the other guy down? And I think the answer has been seen that it was. And, we weren't afraid to call it out. We would call out guys and each other every single day in practice. There's been a real accountability. As much as it didn't look like it in week one or feel like it, that has happened. And we just went really back to the basics and kept it simple. And I think it did create an edge that our team had that punched them in the face. And we've used that a lot as far as, what are you going to do? Are you just going to take it? Or are you going to respond and punch back harder? I'm proud of the way the guys have taken all that energy, and most of it being negative, about 99.9% of it being negative that is outside, and focusing it into what they could control. And that's the preparation. And, we have just, again, a couple of simple foundational things about how we move, and it kind of relates to urgency. But it's been really critical for us to keep progressing, keep getting better, and still balance, again, the chip on the shoulder that we've had. The world of college football and just, again, social media and everything that's out there, it is a lot of noise. And we do know we signed up for it here at Alabama, because that comes with being here. And I reminded the guys of that right away, that I signed up for that. They signed up for that. I recruited guys here and told them, don't come here if you can't handle it. And, again, these guys, I'm proud of the response that we've had here, going on the last 4 weeks.
Dude, sorry, Taylor. I want to, and I know we're in the middle of the season. You guys have a gauntlet of a schedule. You can't sleep on any team. You can't take a breath. You can't take a break. You guys are going into Mizzou this next weekend, who's a very tough football team. But the things that you're speaking to, like a moment that stands out to me, like as I'm watching you guys, it was in the Georgia game where I want to say one of your defenders, whether it was a double move or something, he got beat, they scored touchdown. And essentially, the staff, like you, I'm assuming it was the defensive coordinator, but you guys are coming on the field saying that's on us, that's our call. But tapping your, just as a former player, like as somebody who's played the game, like knowing you're in a very hostile environment, you're on the road at a place like Georgia, and just seeing you guys kind of come off the sideline and that kind of rally moment happening. I know just as a player, it was really exciting to see, to where I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, these guys are checked in. These guys are like locked the fuck in. They know shit's going to hit the fan. When it does hit the fan, there's going to be zero loss of focus. There's not going to be finger pointing like, hey, let's get to the sideline. Let's regroup. So that's hats off to you guys. Again, I know we're in the middle of the season. It's not like you guys have won the Natty yet or anything. But as a player, I have a lot of respect for a coaching staff like that.
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback off of everything Will said, like that first game, there was a lot of noise, right? Like, and you're talking about the players. There's a lot of conversations like, what are the players doing the night before the game? A lot of people are whispers about all these things. I want to know where your head was at, in like just personally, whether with the family talking. Like, you obviously have to go and stand in front of the team the next day and deliver a message to them that allows it to resonate, so they can be like, okay, we do have each other's back. But you got some lady in Alabama and the lottery, the Powerball lottery is at $1.4 billion. They're like, hey, what would you do if you won the Powerball? She's like, well, first thing I'd do is I'd buy out Kalen DeBoer and I'd make sure we get a new head coach in there. Like, the noise is crazy for you individually. How do you handle that pressure, just without worrying about the team, but like, how do you like compartmentalize and handle all that?
Yeah, I think first of all, going back to what you said right away, the noise that's real and like, we get it. Like, you make your own bed, right? I mean, we didn't play well. And, but I think the noise that people just want to make things up and aren't real, about what's going on the night before, that are completely false and factual, those are the things that just add to the chip on their shoulder that I've held on to. I know our team's held on to, and aren't who we are. It's not the character of us. I mean, these guys are all in and are doing the right things. And so that's what I reminded them of. And, again, we can't control what everyone else wants to run with, whatever storyline or how they feel. We've just kept enough of it alive because don't want to take away the focus from what's really important. That's our preparation when we step on the football field tomorrow at practice. And, that's what really matters. And so, my message to the guys, wasn't one of an edge, but also one that said, we did some things that, kind of made our own bed, and we gotta respond, and we got to be better. And we know we can be better, and we can control that. That's the fortunate thing. So do you believe in what we got? Do you believe in the talent? Do you believe in the staff, and the staff believe in the players? And I think the response has been, that we do. And I love coaching these guys. I really do. There's an excitement about going to battle with these guys, and we've proven it to us, and that's what it starts with. But I also know that there's an edge where we're proving it to everyone else too.